Finally. So in regards to Dirty December, my name is Salome. I'm food, beverage, and spa manager of the Wheatbaker. Luckily we had the opportunity to open our spa in December. We had closed our spa for renovations and our spa opened in December. I want to speak on the spa aspect of it first, then I'll go into the overall of the hotel. For the spa, we opened 3, but we made 3 times the revenue we've ever made in any month. It was the highest gross revenue we've ever made as a hotel. And we've been in the spa. We've had a spa for about 8 years, but that was the defining month and revenue. And I think the way it's even encouraged surprise to see that we have, it's a very proudly Nigerian proud, but it's still world class. It's a beautiful, we are very deliberate to making it African proud and Nigerian proud. And I think that has become my philosophy and the philosophy of the Wheatbaker, where everything we're doing is to give a sense of pride and African vehicles of African pride. That when people see us as Nigerians, when they see the Wheatbaker, it's an indigenous hotel, but there is excellence. You cannot say Wheatbaker, Nigeria, and say anything that is not excellent. And that is something we're super, super proud of. Now, with the overall hotel, this last December was amazing. It was amazing. It was busy. The revenues were the highest ever revenues we've ever seen in the entire history of the hotel. So it was a record-breaking month, and it has been that way for the past few years. And one of the things that I noticed, so one of the things I like about hotels is that we tend to be the first port of call that people that have not been in Nigeria for a while get to experience. After they come out from the airport and they drive through town, they're the first place where they get to sit down and catch a breath and begin to consider, like, okay, where am I going? What do I want to do? And we saw that a lot over December, where we had a lot of guests who were coming in and they were asking us questions. Okay, where can I go shopping? I see all these beautiful clothes online. I see the music. Where's the latest bar to go to? Where is the nicest club to go to? So you can see that there is a desire for guests to experience other things outside of sleeping and eating. I think we've done an amazing job in the last few years with our food, the food scene in Nigeria. It has grown tremendously. I mean, we have a master chef that is happening in Nigeria. It's mind-boggling to see how far the industry has grown, has expanded in just a few years. Like, especially for me, that someone, I've always loved food, to see the food scene that now we have restaurants that are just internationally worthy. They stand on their own rights. So it's such an interesting transition for me to see. And I think one of the things that has made Dirty December beautiful and the way it has grown organically is the passion to which Nigerians are driving it. I really liked what you said about the PR and how you think Nigerians need to speak about. I think that is so important. It is so important in every corner that we are, that we're not reducing our country. Every country has challenges. In fact, I love a comment that my GM says to me all the time. He says, what area in the world is the worst at? What's the word? The country that has the most kidnapping. It's not Nigeria. And this is not to say that Nigeria doesn't have its challenges. Our challenges are real, our challenges are there, but there are so many opportunities. The cities are growing, the cities are booming, and our businesses too are growing. So you can imagine in December that we had the highest ever revenue. It also means that our suppliers got a lot of monies too. It also means that our staff who were getting service charge in January, where January is usually a slowish month, they had a lot of money in their pockets because they had the highest ever revenue that had just happened in December. So it's changing people's stories. It was touching to me to see someone say that, oh, now she's gotten her service charge, her children is settled. it is such an amazing motive to see the impact of what it on the side of things, on the business side, also on the guest things. If anyone that has known me speak or has met with me knows that I'm a proud Nigerian and I'm always putting forward our ogogoro. Wheatbaker, we have our own ogogoro that we did with Pedro's. And you should see in December where I was offering ogogoro shots to people. And we're having those conversations like, have you tried ogogoro? Do you know where it's, how it originates? Do you know the story of that? And to see normally not even be close to the word called ogogoro and be willing to open up and try it. And I can't tell you how proud that makes me to see that we're beginning to own our own. We're beginning to be proud of our own things. And if I didn't give, and it's also because I'm an Indigenous food and beverage manager. And I think that is why I'm also passionate to encourage other people, other businesses to bring more Nigerians onto their business. Because if I'm not Nigerian, I wouldn't know that there's ogogoro. We wouldn't have gone the thing and all the distillations and everything that it required to bring that level, that premium ogogoro to our clientele. We've done the same thing with chocolates. We have Meshai coffee. I'm sure all of us saw the video of Meshai going round. We're a proud partner of Meshai, and our coffee is made in Nigeria. So I think, and when you would have people over in our coffee shop and they're tasting the coffee and they're like, this coffee is from Nigeria, it's so good. I'm so proud of that. So I think there are so many opportunities, even beyond what our eyes are currently seeing. I'm super enthusiastic, especially now that we're in the middle of a renovation and we're expanding further. That is also testament to how well our numbers are. There's so many opportunities. I'm super positive, super enthusiastic about everything that is. Please, whenever you're in Ikoyi, please come round. Let's have a shot of ogogoro together. So I'm enthusiastic about everything that we're doing, everything we're building. I can see the growth. I can see the growth because I joined this industry 13 years ago. And when I started, it's nowhere close to where we are now. There's been tremendous, it's like we've done leaps and bounds in our growth. And I trust that now with technological advancements and all the, like now look at this conversation happening now on our screens. We're all participating from all over the world. Things that the technology is really going to help improve our processes if we lean into it. And instead of it taking us so many, it took other nations, our own development is going to be fast-tracked because of the technology. So I'm super excited. Your questions and any other conversation you like to have.
So what are the challenges?
The challenges they're the same ones. It's power. The cost of power keeps rising. The supply is not always steady. So this is why the conversation about hotels and global standards is very skewed. Because if you're benchmarking hotels internationally and you're bringing it to Nigeria, our numbers are very skewed when it comes to things like our power. The percentage of our revenue that we're spending on power in Nigeria, we wouldn't be spending that percentage of revenue in any other context. So I think the infrastructural things still impact. And of course, traffic. So traffic worked both positively for us and on the negative. You had a lot of people who would try to go to events and they were just stuck in traffic. But there were other people who were like, when Ikoyi, there's no movement, I would just stop at Wheatbaker and just sit there and have a drink and have dinner because this traffic is horrendous. So we had a lot of evenings and a lot of days where we just had massive influx of people of the situation. So I was one of those people who was happy about the traffic because I got more visitors coming in to take a breather. So I think those are the two major ones for us as a business.
Okay, for me, everybody is trying to come and test your gogoro. That's part, by the way. So, what suggestions do you have outside power and traffic management? What suggestion do you have for us as Nigeria to make this thing bigger and to last longer? That would be your final shot.
So my major concern or my major thing that I think Nigerians can do is speak positively about our nation. We need to be our own PR team. We can't have outsiders coming in and saying, oh, Nigeria is wonderful. We have to be the ones championing it. And I think that's how Dirty December started, because I remember as I schooled abroad, and I remember that all the Decembers, I couldn't wait to come back. And I would tell all my friends, like, oh my God, I'm going back to Lagos. I'm going to go to all these parties. Everything is going to be amazing. I'm going to go and eat suya. I've missed amala. And the way we speak about it with enthusiasm made other people want to say, you know what? I would really love to come to Nigeria. I have a lot of friends that I worked with in my internships, I went to school with, who have just been like, if you sell me to come, I really want to come to Nigeria. And that is what builds the momentum. Dirty December was very organic. It wasn't something that we sat down and plotted and said, oh, Dirty December we're going to highlight December. Organic thing where all of us were just happy to go home. I think it was LBS that held a session last year with CEO of Landmark, and he made a comment. He said the difference between Shango and Thor is marketing, and I agree completely. The problem is we look down on our Shango and we prefer Thor. And I think as Nigerians, we need to get to the point where we are proud of Shango as much as we're happy that there's Thor, but we are proud of Shango. So I think the opportunities for us go into how we talk about the nation, how we talk about our tourism, how we talk about our food. Like spoken about Ogogoro, I'm sure there are many people who would have never considered drinking or going near Ogogoro. But the story I have told about it has now piqued interest to say, okay, let me see what this woman is talking about. Let's come and try it. So I think how we sell it is more important, because these challenges are not going to go away overnight. But how we sell it, every country has its inconveniences. And Nigeria has its own too. We're not the worst traffic place in the world. We're not the country without the most power. Every country has their own peculiars. We have our peculiar. But if all of us as Nigerians can begin to say we will speak only positively of our nation, it doesn't mean we will not hold account and not give space for feedback and room for improvement, but we will begin to be the champions and the ambassadors of our nation and everything we have.